Tom?
Are you okay?
Do I know you, man?
No. But I've been watching over you your whole life.
Who are you?
I would love to know for each of you, and each of your characters, you know, what part of their heart captured you when you first read the script?
Oh my gosh. I mean, for Raph, what I really enjoyed about her too was that she is just a really grounded girl who's super edgy but very comfortable with herself and comfortable with, you know, sharing really vulnerable things with Tom about kind of being an outsider to the point where he kind of ends up even opening up and they just end up being mirrors to each other. Nothing more, nothing crazy, just two friends who are kind of looking for connection. And like so much so where he even brings her on the journey, which she is so not prepared for, let me tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that there's so much emotion that people are feeling through this animated film. That just shows you, like, when it comes to films like this, you know, there are no limits. I love that people are watching this film and feeling that emotion because bringing these characters to life is so necessary, you know, just for the culture and for cinema. You know, like the possibilities are endless with animation. And with Monkey, I feel like her core is this goofball, but she really comes through for her friends.
The light that the movie places on the role of grandparents in a family, I think that is one of the things that really drew me to Tiger's Apprentice. In real life, I cannot wait to be a grandmother. And I learned a lot from my own mom, and I channeled a lot of what I love about her as a grandmother into the movie. And I hope I'm gonna grow up to be the kick-ass, funky, funny grandmother that Mrs. Lee is.
Oh, I can see that you are. When you grow up, you're already
When I grow
on your
up.
way.
When
You're
I'm all
already
grown up.
kick-ass and funky. Yeah.
How about you?
You know, I love that the Zodiacs in the movie, they all have different strengths and different weaknesses, and like their strengths are celebrated. And then we can kind of see that, you know, whatever year you are, that you have special gifts to offer, and that we work together, you know, that beautiful collaboration, that we can do great things and we can overcome anything, you know, but it does take a community and it does take all of our special powers and skills and special snores.
I've been trying to learn to do that all morning. I cannot do
No,
it.
she can do it. She
No,
can do
it.
anything.
You can do anything with practice.
That's right.
I just have to practice.
Her snort is very good.
My snort just comes out.
Let's hear it.
Your grandmother was a guardian, sworn to protect humanity. Now the duty of protecting it is yours.
Very funny, right?
It's time to start your training.
Oh, it's on.
Did your family have any of those weird, or I won't say weird, but like
Different, unique
fingerprints
of the culture,
sort
yeah.
of things that, you know, they brought to you in like maybe stories or things that they told you?
Yeah, maybe like, I think a lot of like Asian immigrant families have a lot of various superstitions. Maybe some of them could be medical superstitions. My parents like believed, like my dad would always tell me if I went to bed with wet hair after showering, I would get a cold. Or if I ate like something hot and then drank a cold cup of water with it, it would like upset my stomach. And those were things I was just like, what's the science behind that? Like, how does that work? And he's like, trust me, like that's just how it works. So, so those are the stuff that I remember for sure.
So, like you, I come from dad's side of the families, but we're mixed Filipino because we also have Chinese ancestry as well. So, you know, grandma was all about feng shui. My other cousin just reminded me, like, when you eat noodles, don't try to break up the noodles. You're supposed to try. Did that happen?
Yeah, I think you want to keep it
yeah,
in one piece.
I never. Yeah, and then martial arts. You know, that was definitely part of the culture, part of the heritage. Yeah.
Your godfather. I mean,
Yes,
very big
yeah.
heritage. Well, that kind of segues into my next question. Obviously, Tom is an apprentice, and he sees Tiger as being his mentor.
Yeah.
Who were your big mentors growing up?
I mean, definitely like the most direct ones that I had were my family. I mean, my mom was such a huge part of bringing me up in my career, and my dad was such like an insistent voice in me pursuing martial arts. You know, I had a lot of really cool figures. A lot of my martial arts teachers, shout out to Matt Mullins. He was one of my earliest martial arts coaches. He was a really huge influence in my life and in my training. And honestly, I read up a lot about your godfather. I read so many books about Bruce Lee. I've watched all of his movies.
Oh, wow.
I'm such a fan. So definitely like my ideas of being like an Asian man in America were, a lot of it was very influenced by Bruce Lee.
For a lot of, people.
He was a hero of mine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially with what he had to go through to just break into this business, For me, I had a yin and yang upbringing because the women on my dad's side of the family, my aunt was an actress, my grandmother was very influential on me spiritually, and then my dad was the martial arts component. So it was really interesting to learn martial arts from dad, but acting in the arts from my Aunt Lilia.
I am the Guardian. We've got this. Zodiac up!
Oh yeah!
You know that it's coming. Yeah, I said it.